Hello, hello. This is Christina, your host today, and it's new episode of KSM podcast, Growing Business Online with Christina, and I have my special guest today, Dylan Lam. Dylan, as I pronounce your name correct, and welcome to the new episode of KSM podcast.
Yeah, happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, that's nice. And you're such a young entrepreneur, as I can say. And can you tell us a little bit about you, what you do, where are you based, and just what was your background? There are three questions in one, but for our audience, it's going to be very helpful and useful to hear your story.
Sure, yeah. So I started my business while I was in university, uh, in the UK. Was I was trying to juggle a lot of torches while riding a unicycle, like when it comes to starting a business, it's just like that. So, um, I was a seven figures brand owners, and so I needed money to bootstrap the brand. I don't want to sell the brand immediately. At that time, it's not a good time to sell. So naturally, I was why not serve people on media buying when it comes to Amazon or Facebook, right? But before that, I was actually a media buyer for a job shipping company in the past before I even started the business, which is during my university time as well. And then um, our agency helps sellers, especially e-commerce sellers, who launch crowdfunding campaign um, to build brands. Okay, so we don't. So we are using crowdfunding as a tool to let's say do marketing and innovation rather than just like a creator on crowdfunding. So that's what we do. And then we have like a 50 employee in our company from China, spread over China, Taiwan, Philippines, um, China, and Hong Kong and UK as well. And I was so busy building the system during the university time. I nearly flunked my dissertation. So that was a time that I know that, oh no, I know that I have to focus on automation. That's why I'm just too busy to focus on that. So yeah, that's a little bit of the story about me.
Yeah, and that's really nice, and you're such I said that you as a millennial, let's say, for
Yeah,
example.
yeah.
So for me, it's so nice to have you from, one of my guest speaker today, from university. You live in UK, and you have such a great experience and story that you came from university and start your own business. And can you tell us about, what triggered you to start this kind of business? Did you study this part of this industry, what you
Mm.
do and in your company, and you are owner of your company? Am I
Right.
right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So um, the reason behind, because we were a Amazon PPC agency in the past, and then now we grew so much bigger. We help them to drive external traffics, not just to Amazon. We help them to drive external traffics from Google and Facebook. And I just realized that out of them, there is a lot of problem when it comes to selling on Amazon, when it becoming an e-commerce seller. So they will have to hold 3 months worth of inventory. So those inventory have to be stored in the warehouse, charged by storage fee, and potentially it might not sell. It might be just sitting in the warehouse, not turning the long term asset into a liquid cash immediately, and that is one of the inventory problem and cash flow that seller is facing. And then there's also systematic risk as well that they are facing. Could be the policy changes from Facebook, the policy changes from Amazon, uh, or it could be just like a ManyChat, like a chat. It's a chatbot. Chatbot policy changes from you can send unlimited message into you can only approach the subscriber for within the 24 hours when they message you. So battling those account suspension or term of service changes is actually one of the major problem that seller is facing when it comes to e-commerce, right? And that's why we start to understand having a store that sells uh, having a store that sells things is not working. You need to have a store selling as a brand, right? Because without branding, you are just nobody, right? You can't just sell things for 10 years, 5 years. No, you can't, because eventually your competitors will come in and take over uh, uh, your product, because your product is going to be obsolete. And that's why, because of the product life cycle, the only asset that you truly own is the customer email. When you get a community, when you get a customer email, then you can leverage them to do another things, right? And that's why we are helping sellers to get away from the mistake of just launching a brand that doesn't give them any tangible asset, to building a consumer package CPG brand to make sure that they know what they're aiming for.
This is really, this is really amazing, and I love what you are talking today and what you do. And who do you benefit the most? Who is your target audience? Who are mostly
Yeah.
customers and users of your service, and, as I said, digital products or something like that? Am I on the right way?
Yeah. So typically, we work with people who have experience and without experience as well. Experienced seller, when they come to us, they want to do a full product launch. Whereas someone who have no experience, they want to come to that they come to us for a done for you service. So we help them set up um, from zero to 100, to help them create a brand that they can generate passive income. That this is what we were helping right now. Whoever want to start e-commerce brand, we have a way to help them.
And are you open to connect with people who, who just is on right way, that someone who has a product can connect with you to sell it on that way, and or just how is going with this? How do you, in
Yeah.
terms to,
Yeah.
as you said, from no seller to seller, can you explain maybe, and what would be industry of people and your customers who use your service?
Anyone. It could be accountant, it could be lawyer as well. So we just have an accountant who just joined us, and then of course the major problem that they think before they come to us, they thought, I don't have any product, I don't have any product to sell on the crowdfunding platform like Kickstarter, right? And then that is not necessary. I mean, we are here to help you to develop a product, from validating a product using Facebook ad, using finding the keyword gap in the market, using different data analytic approach to validate your product. And after that, we source the product for you in China, right? And then we help you gather the email list to launch your product, right? So you may be asking, so what can I sell? I don't have any product, right? So again, I will give you like a case study, right? So, firstly, of course, we will help you like along the way on what you should go for. Say a case study, as in like if you're into
Yeah,
technology.
just to let you know, I don't, as you said, you don't have to have a product. You have just to promote it in some way, that those people have something on their website or something like that. As you saw, you said you work with lawyers, with coaches. Is that correct? If they have some kind of service, but you don't need necessarily to have their product, just to help them to sell them product on a way how your company do that. Is that correct?
Sort of like it's like you come to us and we help you develop the product, so you don't have to have a product on hand, and then we will help you develop your own physical product and then sell it and go into Kickstarter or e-commerce platform.
Yeah, I understand. Now, just to be much more clear for our audience who will listen to this podcast on Amazon, Apple Radio, public radio, Spotify, and it's going to be on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. And when you and how many years do you work and run your company? When did you start?
So how many years? Our company has like 6 to 7 years of history. So the way we started, because we sourced from China, and then we just put a label on the product and send it to any e-commerce platform, right? So that's what we did in the past. That's why like we have a sourcing team in China, right? And and then once we solve the product, we help you develop the branding, and then we help you to put it on uh, Amazon or Walmart. But when it comes to launching, you can choose alternative. You can alternatively choose to launch on Kickstarter first. After that, you can go back to Amazon. That's the process.
And can you share with us something which is going to be so interesting for our
Mm.
listeners who wanted to connect with you and who wanted to work with you in terms to, do they have, is it going to be, as you said, lawyer, coach, who,
Mm.
as you said, the different industries, just to people to maybe to be much more understandable in terms about your business?
Okay. So so the idea of the idea that the done for you service that we're offering is more on like if you want to generate a additional passive income. So we have people who are invested in property as well, who wants to get additional stream of income by creating a brand, and they will just come to us, ask for a full product development, and then a full service, and then we help them dive into um, the e-commerce as in a starting point. After that, if they think that we do well, we can help them to continue to uh, run ads, run media buying, and then continue to drive traffic to the website, getting sales, and then if they like it, then we just launch a second product. The more product the more product launches they have done, the easier it's going to be when it comes to uh, lead gen, because in the past they have already collected a huge list already, and that's why on the second launch they can use the old list plus the new list from Kickstarter or media buying, and then you will have a high potential when it comes to hitting the goal on the first day,
And
and
is
then
it
the rest.
some kind of lead generation, generating leads, or for what you do, just as in terms to, as you mentioned, passive income, and you help all those customers to get and
Mm.
dive deep into it?
Mm. Yeah, so you can see that because we're launching a product as in like a physical product on e-commerce, and that's why it contains lead generation, it contains media buying, it contains affiliate marketing and referral marketing as well, because it's all no matter like it's a service space that you're launching or a e-commerce that you're launching, you will have to have all those things come together to build the hype. Once you build the hype, and then when you build you build the hype and launch a product, and that is how you're able to achieve your goal on the first day. As in, like if you set 10K as in your goal, then you will have to reverse engineering, go back to see how much is it per lead and how much is it per acquisition, and then once you're able to reverse back, as in like you need to achieve 10K, and then for each of the acquisition would cost you maybe $10, then it will cost you around um, let's say the product will cost you around 50, then you will just have to work the way around to go find out for 10K of goal, how much client do you need in order to achieve what you want to achieve.
This sounds great. It's very interesting, and in that way you offer this package, as you mentioned, all those things what I
Yeah,
asked you, lead
that's right.
generation and other things.
Hmm.
And what, from your perspective, when you do that, when people get back to you, what are their impressions? What is their feedback working with you?
Hmm. Yeah. So when working with us, like we will be able to put you in the Slack channel. We keep updating the data that we're getting, daily sales that we're getting from the e-commerce platform. and also we will able to give you a monthly report as well in a video form, and then we will have a dedicated manager as well to follow up with you, so you will be getting update on every steps that we add for your brand.
And this is great. And what would be the size, for example, of those companies and your clients, for example? Does it mean that they need some kind of, do you work with small business owners or large companies? Just to, in terms of listeners who will listen this episode with you today,
Yeah.
just to that they know just how to maybe to connect with you, and for consultation, to know to get in touch with you, and just to try to work with you and sell them, just use your services.
Okay. So we have aggregator, Amazon aggregator, who is like a a a company who raise fund and then want to just acquire a business brand. We have those people who come to us to help them to launch a Kickstarter campaign, because they know that that is how they build a brand as well. And then we have also like accountant who come to us, uh, even plumber, they could come to us as well. Like I think we have lead gen that in the past that some plumber come to us who want us to help them with this program. As long as you have a passive income that you want to generate additional passive income, uh, you can come to us, and then we can help you out to set up your plan, the game plan to help you to generate additional passive income, so you don't just stuck with one income source. And that is the aim that we're doing. And if you want to connect to me, you can go onto Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Just type Digital Dylan, DIGIT DYLAN, and then that's where you find me. By finding me, by just DMing me, I will just send you the blueprint on how you can get started by yourself on what I've been talking about.
This is really nice. And when what I wanted to ask, do you work with females, males? Is this some kind of in terms to gender?
No,
It doesn't
no,
matter, and you work
doesn't matter.
globally. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
it is. Yeah. We
That's
have a team
correct.
globally in different locations. We will all work virtually as well.
This is nice. Yeah. And for example, when someone wanted to work, maybe are you open for hiring some new employees, for example, to work with you in your company or something like that? This is a question what I have at the moment in my mind, because you are a young entrepreneur, and just sometimes because you work globally, maybe your business was spread it. Does it possible for people to work on that way with you?
Yeah, we're constantly hiring. We got 2 HR in our team because we are really in demand of the talent right now. We got like a designer right now. We are opening up the creative director, and also we are looking for a media buyer in native ad as well. So yeah, if you come to me, there's different opportunity we can talk about.
And this is lovely. And can you share with us some message to encourage listeners, maybe some people as your ages, or someone who wanted to start business, maybe could start collaborating with you and start own business from that partnership or joint ventures or something like that? Or if someone has got business idea but doesn't know how to start, maybe what will be the message from you to audience in that? I always ask my guest speakers, because the KSM podcast Learning Business Online with Christina is dedicated to help especially online business owners to move forward, and no brainers, no barriers.
Yeah. So if you want to start, say in different situation, if you're just young, no burden, there's no children, you don't have to especially like I started in uni, I got super no burden back in that time.
Or just graduate university students.
Yeah, just go all in. If you're just like there's no burden. I would say no burden as in no children, because once you have children, there's so much things that you have to handle, right? Well, if you have no burden, go all in, go learn on anything from the internet, just join my course maybe, you can achieve pretty anything as long as you work hard. But then if you have burden, you want to work with someone that with experience, as in like people who already have an agency, knows the true formula, and that is how they are able to achieve something serious for you, right? Rather than do it by yourself, because you can't commit that much of time simply. So that would be my two advice.
Yeah, that's nice. And Dylan, do you wanted to share something? I asked you many questions, and I'm super experienced today with this podcast episode of Guest and Podcast with you. But do you wanted to share something specifically which you have in your mind, and if you think that is so important, but I didn't ask you?
Oh, okay. I think you didn't ask me anything about uh, the whole launch process, like
Of course,
because the
here you
that
are.
we
Here you are. Just to share with us. That would be nice.
Okay, so the launch process, the reason why we branded the formula as in like the future-proof product launch formula, because the way that we launch a product is not what the industry is doing. When you see it on YouTube, when you see it on like anywhere, they will just say, just look at software like Helium 10, look at Data Dive, or look at Google Trend before you start a business, right? But it's not like that easy. Like if everyone is doing that, because information is just everywhere, right? And that's why everyone knows they want to do that. So they will all use the same tool, and ends up you guys are just looking at the same information, right? The only thing that distinguish between those people and the one who will win is the one who really put the hard work in the research by using true validation, but not just looking at the pre-listed data, right? You want to get the real data rather than pre-list data that is on the other software, right? So how do we do that? The way that we get data is by really running ad to really look at the engagement rate of those people. How are they reacting to your product that you want to launch before you dive in all the hard work into the product that you want to sell, right? Otherwise, you end up with looking at the same software and then going into a marketplace like Amazon, and then a 3 months later, everyone is developing in the same way as your product. And that's why validating your product is very crucial during the whole process. And after we validate the product, it's not finished. We have to build the community by pre-launching your product, as in you want to funnel them into your Facebook group, let them feel like that they are developing the product, same as it's their baby as well. And then by the time that you launch, they are so happy to support your product because you have been taking care of their consideration when it comes to the need in the market, and they trust you, as in like you keep providing update, and that's why they are so willing to come to you and to support your campaign to experience the product that you are launching. And that is the true pre-launch method that we are promoting right now, rather than just using the data approach to come up with a product.
Oh, this is nice, and thank you for sharing this. If you can add something else to justify, because it's something different. As I said, it's so challengeable. Every single episode is different, with different people, with different guest speakers, and different energies, and also business with what I do. And that's really nice. I think that this is going to be so helpful for our audience who will listen to this podcast, this episode about you and can you share with us your website? I mean, I will put all information this podcast in this episode, but also can you share with us? You mentioned Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, but also can you share with us the name of your company?
The company is called Omirank, OMIRANK. So omirank.com, and then you can find us there for the service that we're providing. And then if you want to talk to me about the roadmap and blueprint on how to launch a product, I'm happy to send to you if you just come to Digital Dylan in Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram.
Yeah. And do you have specific target markets at the moment, maybe, or some to work
Anyway,
with, or
I mean, any professional who have like who want to get a additional source of income rather than just the current source of income, they can always come to us, and then we'll help them develop that with the game plan.
So if you wanted to get a new source of income and you want a passive income, or maybe you wanted to talk about to work with as employee with Dylan, or just to have some consultation, just please connect with Dylan, and he will help you a lot, just to share with you, and just to help you and give you idea how to start business and get passive income, or this is going to be brilliant. I mean, so for all your audience who will listen to this podcast, if it was really a pleasure having you today, and I asked you many questions, but it doesn't mean that we will have maybe other podcasts very soon, whenever we need and see chance for that and opportunities to connect again and speak on some maybe new service or whatever you do and develop in your business. Yeah. Thank you so much. And
it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, Christina, to having me.
Thank you. And you share such amazing story. And I learned a lot from you today, to be honest. And I always learn from my guest speakers. Thank you again. And have a fantastic day. And see you very soon. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.